Unclean beasts lead to Keranas. Dogs of hell come from Eros. Animals are of the way of Theos. Loyal are they to the nature for Deus. Demon dog, a particularly famous one, might be Goetia number 24, right? Ceranos, Liberius is also seen as that. Sierra number 67. Every war since World War II has been bad in terms of crime, economy, moral, and other ways versus America, for as far as America's involvement in wars. Being able to write your name doesn't make a person literate. And there's nothing wrong with astrology unless it has the shirk of attributing divine control or soothsaying. Before I get into the Ninth Gate, Volume 2, I'll share some other comments of some stuff. My life pact with Lilith live, powerful invocation. In a way, I made a lifelong pact on September 23rd, 2000, Era Vulgaris. Okay, I said that wrong. I don't remember ever hearing of Lilith till I was no longer Christian for good. It's mentioned in the Bible, but I don't really remember. Well, I remember now, Isaiah, right? Those worshiping males and females usually do not balance the masculine and feminine well in their spirituality. Milk seems a very important ingredient in the mix. The Aztecs considered chocolate as blood and vanilla as semen. Tomorrow I end a 21-day round of burning what I presume is imitation dragon's blood incense. The challenge for most would be in not only keeping the gaze focused on the scrying surface, but to keep part of the gaze fixed with movement. Keeping the symbolism in units rather than groups when referring to a singular entity doesn't make the associated meaning less overlapsing. It'd be so fitting if that was an owl's feather. Lilith is also a word that connects to owl. I recognize part of the latter part from Ode to Lilith by Baron von Pfaffenhofen video, which seems to not have any other reference outside of Become a Living God, official material. Too many expect physical changes to be witnessed by camera, but the reality is that the most dramatic stuff on even the sensual level is hard to capture outside from secondary reactions, much less the emotional, mental, intuitive, and even spiritual levels. It is good to have unedited videos like this to show those who must practice alone what a live ritual is like, and it allows it to be followed along with as if you're leading us in ritual. And when I do my scripture presentations or rituals, that's what I intend. I intend, I'm not just here to entertain you. I'm here to show you a side of spirituality and hopefully provoke you to have your own experience, your own interpretation. Darkening of the Light book trailer with Llewellyn Von Lee. My comment is, sins of omission pass us by. The commission is a sign of our inner life. The collective connection shows the strife. Don't cut yourself off like a knife. For the love of all, created by thee, Llewellyn Von Lee. A sheikh I took hand with died over a year ago. It was the social thing more than accepting his interpretation as primary. But even had that not been so, there was little to let go. Many sounds transcend meaning, and this is something I very well know. The black magic protection, shamanic fire salt. Obviously, black magic in the sense that the devils are playing a role in it, right? Burning salt and the presence of flame or in the oven is something I have done symbolically for years. I didn't do it as a result of seeing or reading it somewhere. Fire, air, water, or earth, treatments of substances, all have their purpose, but I remind people to use such talismanically rather than, you know, as a charm that this thing does it. It's like it's completing the ritual in a physical sense. It is good you reminded people to not put their plumbing at risk by sending it too much of it down the pipes. It seems like another type of salt lamp. Black Witch Coven's the poo spell or feces spell. I think this was the Black Witch Coven comment on it. To rid yourself from a troublemaker. I avoid the filth myself and minimize my time in or around the toilet. Toilet paper uses 25 gallons or so a roll to produce it, and is very wasteful and dirty to prefer it over water. Rendering the bathroom tissue sacred beforehand by sleep magic or other methods enhances the blasphemy. You know, the black magic of it all, you know? Sierra 66. It's fair to assume that both genders having the like or similar is implied by the generic terms. When you have both, it implied as societal behavior instead of just everyone for themselves. Word to your mother might be a good way of getting across the meaning of woe to your mother. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean. At least maybe somebody does that's going to watch this. May we never have to accept such a miserable treaty as one that necessitates the return of people who would join our side, especially when that means they will not do the same. It is important to refer to the teachings and example of the prophet when acting. Okay. I'm not going to share all of every comment associated with some of these things, but the Ninth Gate version 2 is what I'm going to share next.